very good afternoon to one and all as we welcome you here to Diego Martin West Secondary School. Or that should be Diego Martin Central Secondary School as they are battling Mucurapo West. And again, we do apologize the closeness of the uniforms, but we will try to ascertain who is who. And just to tell you that the Mucurapo West outfit are the ones with the red tops, and the Diego Central are the ones in the orange tops, or the more, I'm not even sure if it's not even mustard, but it's more of an orange color than anything else. So Diego Martin, right in front of you now in the red tops, and then to their right would be the Mucurapo West team, rather in front of you in the red tops, and the ones on the other side would be the Diego Martin Central outfit in the more of a lighter color orange. But of course, this is Championship Division football in the Secondary Schools Football League, and every match here carries tremendous significance for these youngsters. Some of them, this is what they live for. They do their work at school, but they also want to excel in the extracurricular activities. So football is probably the premier extracurricular activities for many of these youngsters. And it looks as if Glasgow is going to get us going in this one. This is Harper. His back to us in number 12 for Mucurapo West. And of course, Mucurapo East is where, as they say, is where the action is within the Premier Division. So these youngsters probably will be hoping to join them there. There's a kickoff in this one. The ball quickly back by Acosta and is going all the way back. Here's Acosta again, trying to get possession early for his team and trying to get it on. But down that right-hand side comes the Diego Martin Central outfit. The ball played inside, and it bounces off the defender, and it goes behind. So it's going to be a corner kick quickly for Diego Martin Central. They're at home, so they obviously would like to get off to a good start, maybe settle quickly and put the squeeze on. But here's the ball played in, and the goalkeeper makes a fine take and immediately decides that he's going to bowl it out to his wing back. The ball comes out here quickly to Harper. He's trying to get it forward, but it's intercepted and it goes into touch. So it's going to be another throw-in. So again, we will try to ascertain who is who, because both teams are similarly dressed in terms of their colors. And we'll definitely try to ascertain who is who, and hopefully we'll be able to tell you who is whom, and especially the goal scorers, so that we don't deny them their moment of glory, so to speak. But as it is right now, it's another goal kick, this time to the Diego Martin Central outfit. Again, they're in the orange top, goalkeeper in his green top, and goalkeeper Sylvan Theophilus. Taking his time, not under any real duress at the moment. Game has only just started, and that's a good kick, getting up just one bounce over the half line, and immediately the race is on over on that far side as they try to get into stride quickly the Diego Martin Central outfit. And once more, they're just treading that line down there, trying to make sure that they get it in there. The big fella Mills, hoping to maybe latch on to something inside of there. Another corner kick to the home team. Here it comes low this time, and immediately cleared away, but it's still staying in play. And Samuels is initially was thinking about going at it. Furman, though, hits it up, but it slices off the outside of his boot. And did it stay in? Yes, it did. That's excellent work by Edwards. And another opportunity here. I thought for a moment he was going to shoot it. And still going. And eventually gets a little toe poke in. But it's taken over the line. And it's gone for another corner kick. So Mills showing good enterprise, although I thought he should have shot that first time and see if the goalkeeper could save his opposite number, Glasgow, the number 9, just watching there, trying to mark somebody. But it's in the area. Here's the ball played in, but it's way behind the goal. Disappointing corner and pressure relieved, at least for the moment, as we look at the players from Mucurapo West now beginning to disperse as they try to get spacing where they can give their teammates an option with the ball. Ball played around there quite comfortably. And Suleiman trying to get it back all the way to Greenwich. Greenwich decides he's going to go back as well to Jack. And here's an opportunity now. The ball played forward, quickly moving into position there. Glasgow. But the goalkeeper does well, gets it away and good control at the back by Samuels. And he's going to keep it in. As they just keep the ball around, keep the ball around. Samuels again plays a lovely little ball inside. And they're going the other way now. Portillo trying to get it up on that far side, but it's intercepted. And ball quickly changes hands. And a little bit of push and pull in there. Edwards not given much room with which to work. And the ball taken away from him unfairly, says the referee. So the ball played into the area now. This could be interesting. Mills was trying to control it. Couldn't get the handle on it, but is still with possession. Charles being harassed there. He's a little bit frustrated because he didn't get a free kick there because there were a lot of players nibbling at his heels. And now the players are falling all over the place. Controlled by Henry. He's trying to buy some time and some space, but the ball allowed to run over the line. Edwards jockeying it. Thrown in. Still they're going. Opportunity here, and the goalkeeper is going to come and claim it. So no problems for the Mucurapo West outfit. And there might be a player down, so the referee has stopped play momentarily. She's going to do a bump ball, and I think all is well. So play will resume almost immediately. Big kick downfield by Clark. And aiming in the region of Harper. Harper controls it on the chest, but not able to chase after it, and it's quickly picked up by Boxill. He wants to make a quick throw, but then decides against it. And leaving it for his teammate. It looked like Bowen is going to. So actually it's a kick, a free kick, says the referee. And Jedediah Bowen is the man getting it upfield. And again, all of it aimed at Mills, but Mills is forced in the wrong direction as he now has to come back, Leachin, trying to get it forward, but he is denied, but he makes amends with a good clearance the second time around. Under pressure now, though, Diego Martins Central as Mucurapo West go charging forward. Edwards comes to his team's rescue. Plays it into touch. It's going to be a throw-in to Mucurapo West. They're in the red tops, in the orange tops, the home team, the players from Diego Martins Central, as they try to get control of the game as early as possible. And if there's one distinction which you can make apart from being red and orange, the pants by the Mucurapo team, they have that green stripe down this side. But it's depending on the angles, it's not very distinguishable. But here is the throw-in, and it's cleared away by Edwards immediately for Diego Central. But Mucurapo West still charging forward, but offside is the call. He was way offside. The defense stood up, but he kept going. And Furman now, wasting no time trying to get it upfield. And but he plays it into touch, so it's going to be a throw-in to Mucurapo West. They throw the ball in. That looks suspiciously like a foul throw, but the referee allows it to go. And here they come, battling for it. And I must apologize. It's very close between the two teams. Here they come now, Portillo, but his shot is blocked quickly. And trying to come across on this side, Harper, to get to it, but again he's being harassed by Samuels, and those two have had a bit of a war already in this game. Again, the ball is played down towards Harper. It hit him and rebounded into play. And nice tackle there, trying to win it back for Greenwich, but it still remains Diego Central's ball. And quickly Boxell wants to get on with things here. And he does make a good throw, gets it up there to Charles. Charles turns back onto his right foot and then has to come all the way back because it's a good tackle that takes the ball away from him. And puts it into touch. So it's going to be, is it a free kick or throw in to Diego Central? And yes, it's going to be their free kick. Edwards is the man who's going to take it. As he sizes up the situation. Let's see what he does. That's a kick deep. He's aiming for Mills, but getting there first and heading it away is Jack. And Mills trying to turn. Has good feet for a big fella, but then he falls down. Just as I was raving his feet, he trips over himself and goes down, but he's eventually tripped up as he was still battling, trying to knife his way past two defenders, and gets a free kick. So he's a big, tall lad. So he will come into the area to create some mayhem in there, try and see if he can't get a header or something on goal from this free kick. So Mucurapo West, they have everybody back as Diego Martin Central look to get across into the box. And Jabari Matlin trying to fix the wall as best as he can. And but he's just lining it up there. Charles, it looks like, who's trying to get something into the area. Here is the free kick floated in, and the header out quickly by Boxell, and another header, but again it's cleared away. Good defensive work by Newton to get it out of harm's way. However, Diego Martin Central not wasting any time. They push it right back into the danger zone, and still going. Now they get an opportunity to get the crossing, and the play, I thought he said it had gone over the line, but he just seemed to freeze everybody there. And then the shot takes a deflection, and no, the referee says it's a goal kick. But it looked like it had taken a deflection. I thought it should be a corner, and but she says it's a goal kick. You look at the quick feet here of Mills, and or maybe his boot touched the boot of his opposite number, Glasgow, and it went over the bar. So no goals yet. 12 minutes gone. And Mucurapo was trying to build out of the back. They're just knocking it around, not with any great deal of purpose right now. They're just waiting for something to develop in front. And this is where they wanted a foot race towards goal. And still running after it here, hoping to get the better of his man Acosta. But he loses out. And it's going to be a free kick to Diego Central. They've left it for the goalkeeper. So he is going to take his time, spot it properly. And now we're going to get the ball played upfield. Green top with green gloves. And wearing the captain's armband. Ball played back. And but it's intercepted. And now they have numbers coming forward quickly. Glasgow. And his attempted cross is way too straight. It actually goes out of bounds. And no problems there. But you could see the intent was to get an early cross in. He just needs to get around it a little bit better, Harper, in order to execute that particular skill. So here we go quickly. Ball played out to the first. Furman has it. He's trying to tee up his teammate, and it's taken away. The ball is back in the middle there. Good tackle coming in, and another breezy work here. And eventually the shot comes, but it's wide of the target again. And Newton went up there into attack and almost broke the deadlock here because he got a good swing at the ball. Unfortunately, he couldn't control it. Maybe just the whole anxiety about being in an attacking position and getting a shot on goal. And now the referee is being shown the ball, so maybe one of the players, the goalkeeper, probably complained about the amount of air in the ball. Probably they would like to have it changed. In the meantime, she says, play on. So it's going to be a goal kick for Digo Central. They're using the same ball. The referee is happy with it, so the players will play on. Although I don't think they're totally satisfied with it. That's lovely skill again. But once more, the ball is played beyond the defenders and beyond the attackers as well, and it's just banged upfield by Furman into touch for yet another throw-in to Mucurapo West. No goals yet. 15 minutes gone, and both teams probably still feeling each other out, although Digo Central had a nice salvo at goal a couple times, couple corners, but here they are still battling for it, trying to get the handle on proceedings. Harper loses out though as the ball is taken away, and eventually it's cleared away. Suleiman keeping it alive and still trying to get the handle on things here. Glasgow, he had his hand up appealing for an infringement, and eventually it came, so he must have sold it to the referee. A chance here now for a possible strike on goal. Ball is being spotted carefully, and it looks as if Jamani Andrews is sizing it up with his left foot. Actually goes with the right foot just outside. He was going with the outside of the right foot and hoping that it would curl back in, and it probably just didn't curl enough for him. But from the angle, I thought he was going to go with the left foot, but he was always going to kick with that right foot. And he went with the outside of the right foot, and it just didn't go. It held its own, and it went past the outside of the post. And this is kind of like the vagaries of playing at a ground like this, where there's so much bush around the ground. Every time the ball goes in the bushes, you have to chase after it, and you're not sure what else in there waiting for you. But he seems to be okay. Maybe it's the green top that is working for him, but the ball, also you have to make sure and keep your eyes on the ball. But this is a bad piece of control here, and then he's robbed of it. Still going forward there. Glasgow chips the ball across, and it's kept in, but eventually Furman to the rescue. Bangs it upfield and starts a counter-attack going the other way, and they have numbers up now, so this could be interesting. And Mills still in the mix here, running it down, and the ball takes a wicked hop and forces him to have to foul his man in an effort to try to get back onside or get back on the onside of the ball. And The free kick, though, is won back in midfield by Digo Central. They trying to keep possession of it. And it's just beat any leg that is in front of you there because there's so many of them. And Edwards trying to get the ball forward. It's still going there. Here's a shot that is wide of the mark again from distance, this time from Charles. But no luck. The radar is just a little bit off. Ball played across the face of the goal. And here again is Andrews playing this one long. Ball still bubbling up in midfield there. It's not as smooth as it looks because players on both teams are having difficulty controlling the ball, as was the case with Akil Greenwich there. And he will now depart, leaves it for Andrews possibly to send another one in towards goal. Maybe get the players to run in, but I think he's going straight. All that grand charge there, that ball is probably going closer towards the goal. Here is the ball played in. They're going to have to battle for it. Can he keep it in? And he does well. Still going. Has he anybody there? The ball is clipped in and it goes in front. Own goal. Well. Came off the boot of Romain, and Shaquan Romain scores an own goal for Mucurapo West. They take the lead a little bit fortuitously, and an own goal after 19 and a half minutes, so in the 20th minute. It is 1-0 to Mucurapo West, slightly against the run of play, and heartache for Shaquan Romain. As he certainly came just to the edge of the goal. He did the smart thing. He got in front just outside of the post. Unfortunately, the deflection was big enough that it took it into the goal, and the goalkeeper should have probably been occupying that first post, but he was badly positioned, and the ball slipped between the post or slipped inside the post rather, and it went in. The goalkeeper was not where he should have been. He should have been covering that first post and making sure that nothing like that could get into his citadel. But Mucurapo West will take it, and now they're looking for something more. Here is another ball played inside this time. The goalkeeper will come and claim it. No problems there. And with the left foot, gets it beyond the half line as they go speedily forward here. Boxildo runs out of a real estate. He's quick, but he's almost overran himself. Now they're playing it down this side to Harper. Can he get a good cross in? He tries to curl it in at the near post, but again, it's intercepted at the back there by Samuels, and it's coming the other way now. Diego Martin Central. You see how the ball is just bouncing. It's not the smoothest of surface. How should I say? It's almost like they have grenades on the field. Everything is just bouncy. And another ball played in, but this is going to be a corner for Diego Martin Central because the defender was just kicking where he was facing, and that is because the bounce of the ball put him in a disadvantageous position, and he had no choice but to just kick where he was facing there. Luckily, he didn't kick it in his own goal, like at the other end. So again, it looks like another player is down, and they're going to have to defend this one, though, because this is another corner kick to Digo Central. They're trying to get an equalizer here quickly. Aidan Charles goes over to take this one. taking his time, waiting for some movement in the area. Here is the cross. That's a good deep one. Headed the first header, takes it away from his man, but they still have possession. Can they get the ball inside? It's pushed back in there by Portillo, and still battling for it there. Portillo now trying to get something going, and Mills rather was trying to dribble past his man, and he probably recognized that it's probably better off to try to pass the ball. Quick movement down that left-hand side, and still battling for it there. Furman wipes his man away. Well. And it's almost as if he just lost his cool and decided that he was just going to take out Matlin. And Jabari Matlin was sent sprawling. It's going to be another free kick. Here's the run. Matlin pushes it. Furman is after it as well. He kind of bounces Furman. Furman didn't like the bounce. There it is coming here now. He pushes him aside, but Furman just came back at him and charged him down and ended the play. That's really just losing your temper there. And now his team is under even more pressure now with a cross ball coming towards goal. Can Mucurapo deliver the cross? Here it is floated in and headed away. Good defensive header and helped on even further by Samuels. But the ball is kept in play by Dingo Martin West. They're coming forward again, and that man, Matlin, is back there again, trying to feed it to Glasgow, but he loses control. And you have to admit, the surface is a tricky one. Players have to be very, very spot on with their control. Portillo sends a nice little ball down this left-hand side. The ball is almost won. In fact, living dangerously back there is Andrews, until eventually he gets it over on this side. The ball stays in play. The player goes down. He might have injured himself in the process. It was his tackle that left to play free there, that allowed his opponent, Glasgow, or rather Harper, to run free, and he stayed down, and that could be dangerous because he was one of the more flexible defenders. Maraki Samuels, it looked like, or Marakai Samuels, and he is in some discomfort at the moment, and I'm not sure if the player wants to shake his hand right now, because if it's his shoulder, shaking his hand isn't helping it at the moment. It's really up to the medical people to take care of that. It might have just popped out of place, because some people are like that. Their shoulder tends to go out, but somebody has to put it back in for him. And a lot of times nobody wants to take that responsibility, because it does make a funny sound as well. And you see, it's probably just popped out, and he probably just needs now to get it back in place. But I'm surprised that the medical people are not out there as yet to render assistance, because he's been down there for quite a while. Only now we see the medical person coming on and trying to render assistance. But it's an unfortunate development, because he was there putting in the tackle, and he was the one who ended up staying down while he was battling with Harper. Harper got the cross in, but nothing came of it. And it remains 1-0 to Mucurapo West. Dingo Martin Central have, as they say, huffed and puffed, but they haven't really been able to put anything on target just yet. And I think the referee is giving the young man all the time that he needs in order to try to get that shoulder back up and working, because when your adrenaline is pumping like that, you think and you want to continue, but when you see it cools down, the amount of pain that is coming your way, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to continue unless they could put it in a sling or in a strap and allow him to continue like that, or if they're going to take him off. He's going to have to go off the field initially, but he's going to continue. And, a real bravery here on the part of this young man, because I think his team needs him. Marachi Samuels is certainly one of their better defenders, and they're certainly going to rely on him as much as possible, especially with the speedy Harper operating down that right-hand side. Here is the throw-in, not well controlled, and it's eventually just hit into touch, so it's going to be another throw-in to Mucurapo West. They lead by 1-0, and that goal came slightly against the run of play, I must add, but because right before that we saw Diego Martin Central put in a number of promising moves, but they couldn't finish any of them. And here they are again on defense this time, Diego Central, but that's not where you want to beat. And I'm not sure how or when these players will learn that here's a shot coming in, and right across the face of the goal it goes, and it's going to be a goal kick to Diego Central. See the ball controlled by Jack, and then he sends it across the face of the goal, and it seems as if Samuels is still in trouble, not just with his shoulder, but it seems now his thigh or one of his left leg is also beginning to give him problems. So a tough start to proceedings here for him. And now that means that Joshua Edwards is going to have to come back and help out with these spot kicks. This one, the goal kick, up over the half line, but headed back into play, and immediately we could see running down that left-hand side, Matlin trying his best to glide past a couple defenders just in front of the bench. A free kick though, here it is, hit upfield hard, and the goalkeeper is going to come and claim it, and no problems there for Clark. His kick is a good one, but it's picked up in midfield quickly by Diego Central. Portillo slips it to the right, the ball again. They're just hurrying a little bit. They just probably need to play an extra pass or two, and then they can probably think in terms of a shot at goal. But right now, Diego Central seems they desperately want to get back that one goal, and just rushing things a little bit. It's half an hour gone. The referee wants the ball taken from the correct spot, which is just at the edge of the bench. And that is a throw taken there, and it should be a foul throw because it's almost like he just put the ball, like shot put. He needs to throw the ball, and he just casually dropped the ball, and the referee did the smart thing, or did the correct thing, and awarded a throw-in going the other way. Now, Diego Central still trying to work their magic down that right-hand side, trying to get Mills involved as much as possible, the big fella. A long throw, it looks like, coming in. That's not a bad effort at all, and it's clumsily cleared away, but eventually it's taken over the line. Is it going to be a goal kick, or it looks like it's going to be a goal kick? Yes, he was trying to control it, and the ground is sloping there. And the funny thing is, you take a cross there coming across the sideline, you might end up in the classroom, and because you're going downhill if you're not careful going down that right-hand side. In fact, I remember playing in a league one time when you make a cross like that, you end up in the drain. And here's the ball, let's kick away though. This could be interesting. Harper still battling there, but there is that man Samuels again. He's back up on his feet, and you can see he's in some kind of problems there with his left leg now, but he's still soldiering on for the benefit of his team and his teammates. he probably doesn't want to quit on them, but if he's injured, he's injured. You know, I always say you can play hurt, but you can't play injured. And if he's injured, then he may have to go off because eventually you start hurting his team rather than helping them. Here's the ball played inside. Opportunity to kick. And the left foot shot coming in there from Greenwich, but it kind of curled away from the goal. But he had a good sight of goal, and he just didn't execute as well. He didn't get the kind of power he wanted to also. You look at him, he's looking up to it, and earlier he was trying to hit it and almost place it in the goal. He didn't really spunk it through the laces, go through the laces with the instep and drill it through the center of the ball. He was trying to kind of curl it back into the corner, it looks like. Ball picked up now, and again trying to get a quick counter-attack going there was Diego West, but the ball played back all the way up to goalkeeper Clark, and he'll be happy to take his time, and now they're bringing it out, trying to spread the play somewhat. If there's nothing forward, then he always has the defensive options, but at this time he decides he wants to go forward with it, and we'll get a throw-in. Nice lush green surroundings in the Diego Martin Hills. Ball thrown in quickly, still in possession, and still battling going there, and then he's brought down. That's a clumsy challenge by Edwards. I won't be surprised if he gets booked for it. And but that you could see he already bouncing him from there, and when he went past one, he was going past the other, and then he just kicked out at him, and Greenwich was lucky that he didn't suffer any kind of serious injury, but I'm surprised that the referee didn't book Edwards, because that was a deliberate tackle, a deliberate bad tackle. In fact, it was a kick. He just kicked him. And certainly was flirting with danger there. Here is the cross ball at the back post, headed away. Good anticipation again coming at the back from Romain. And now the ball is kept in play. Romain goes down, but Greenwich is here, there, and everywhere, firm into, as he is able to recover and tries to keep it in play, but he runs into problems there and loses out. But eventually he is awarded a throw-in, and he'll take it himself. He'll have to do it over again, gain a couple meters, and able to bring it back inside now. Mucurapo West on the move once again, but that ball is just given away. Here they get another opportunity to bring it forward. Still the second pass from Greenwich is blocked as well. This is problems now for them. Newton, can he get a good cross? And no, he can't. It goes behind, so it's going to be another corner kick for Mucurapo West. They're leading by 1-0 a 20th minute item, an own goal from Sean Romain, and really Shaquan Romain, but a disappointed young man because he was really trying to block the ball, and it just kind of skimmed off his instep and rolled into the goal. And I still feel the goalkeeper should have been better positioned. Here's the ball played inside, and the first header was not a good one, but eventually he had support at the back, and they kept it out. Filing forward here quickly now is Andrews, and again he's not afraid to kick whenever he comes forward, but not able to really generate the kind of power that he looks like he's capable of generating when he gets it right, and just not able to control the ball as it's eventually played back on defense. Portillo slips it inside. It goes all the way back to Samuels, and they just kind of handing the ball over. The goalkeeper picks it back quickly downfield, and offsides is the call as the rain is coming down as well. So this will just add some more intrigue to proceedings here, as the players have already been slugging it out. And with more rain, that will just add to the demands on their fitness as well as their skill levels. Lovely ball played in there, and Mills trying to hook it away, and he's going for the quick shot this time, but he's favoring that right foot. He wants to get onto that right foot, and they're just not letting him get there. Here he is again, playing this one inside, looking for some help. Edwards, lucky to be even still on the field, as that kick that he kicked Greenwich earlier could easily have seen him red carded on another day. So now it's going to be a free kick to Digo Central. Edwards again trying to direct things, and now he's going to come inside and leave it for Charles. Aidan Charles is going to be the provider. Can they get the equalizer before halftime? 39 minutes gone. Here's a lovely ball played across, and nobody to head it in. The ball, though, is cleared, but it's a low clearance, and it's still there in the area, played out wide. Everybody seemed to be conjuring up inside. The back heel by Mills is easily read and cleared away by the defense. But they're not out of the woods yet, or are they? Is it an offsides? Or it's actually a free kick to Mucurapo West. Ball played over to Jack, or rather to Andrews. Played by Jack to Andrews. Andrews trying to get it downfield now. He has a runner way over on that far side, Matlin, who provided the cross that resulted in the goal. And here he is again, himself and Firmin are having a personal out there on that down that left hand side. And Firmin, recognizing that he's up against a tricky customer, is using the strong arm tactics on him as much as possible. Here's a ball that's a deep cross, but it's way beyond everyone, and it just goes out wide. So the camera was a little bit slow in getting over there, but you could see the ball just floated there. The header was down, a glancing header, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Digo Martin Central. They are trailing with just about 5 minutes left in regulation time in the first half. Now they have some movement, and Charles is filing forward. Can he get the cross in? The ball is running to Portillo. Can he get the shot on? He waits for it, tries to tee it up, and eventually it's blocked. Mills was the man trying to get the shot off, and it was blocked. But I thought Portillo had an opportunity, even if it's just to swing that left foot of his and try to get the ball on target. Instead, he was trying to hold it up and play it inside. It eventually ended up going to one of the defenders, and it's danger averted for Mucurapo West. But good. This is a good period, a good spell here now for Digo Martin Central. They would probably hope to capitalize on it. Ball thrown in, aimed at Charles, but reading it very well, coming back all the way there's Matlin, and now he's off to the races again. He's a quick man, and you can see him speeding going down that left-hand side there. He just blew past Firmin, and it's only the reading of the game there by Romain, Shaquan Romain, the man who scored the own goal, that denied the speedy Matlin going down that left-hand side. A throw-in to Mucurapo West. Leaders in this game by 1-0. Hoping to maybe tack on another one before halftime. So now here's the throw. Throw taken, handed back, and the ball comes inside, cleared away nicely again by the very agile Samuels. He's been through the wars, damaged shoulder, damaged leg, but he's still out there battling. And Now they're trying to regain possession here. Edwards has it for Digo Central. He gets it up there, and Mills is brought down, or actually it's not Mills, but it is Bowen who took a tumble there, deliberately tripped, and concedes a free kick. So with 43 minutes gone, can Digo Central produce something special before the interval? That's what it's all about here now. Can they really get the ball into the danger zone and create some problems? They have some tall players up there. This ball is played high inside. Will the goalkeeper come? No, he doesn't. Player goes down in the area, but the referee says play on. And coming across now and just making sure that the ball is played up there, just getting it away from his goal and into the opponent's defensive third. But that's good skill, and trying desperately to get down there. Mills doing very well. Can he get the cross in? But again, look at the effort coming back there from Suleiman. He was tracking him all the way, and read the play very well, because he knew if he had gone past his teammate, then he would have the chance at a cross. And instead, he was there to block it and deny him. So that's a midfielder doing a little bit extra to benefit his team. But Edwards will be hoping that he could now produce something telling for Digo Central as they look for an equalizing goal here. Ball played in. That's not a bad effort, but it's headed away. And then it's cleared away, but it's cleared right down the middle of the field. Luckily, it's picked up there by Glasgow, and he is trying to run with it, but also doing very well. Now here again is Samuels. He gets it out, and Edwards plays it inside. The ball is cleared away. The goalkeeper was coming for it. Edwards with a chance to shoot. He shoots over the bar. He got a lot of power on it, but he hit it over the bar. And that's really panic at the back there, because that was an easy take for the goalkeeper. There is the turn, a lovely turn by Charles. And when the ball reflected out, it came all the way over to Samuels. He spread it wide, and Edwards played it into the area. Easy take for the goalkeeper, but it was played away. And then Edwards almost picking the pocket there of Suleiman and almost making them pay. So 1-0, 45 minutes completed. We're playing in added on time at the half. And now they're just trying to slow it down. Suleiman and Andrews. Glasgow, though, or rather Harper, a little bit loose with that dribble inside. If you're going to dribble like that, you want to be able to retain possession of the ball. Here's another one aimed at that position over on that far side there. They're really trying to get Matlin going early, and ball is given away, and they now have to fight back for it. But he had the opportunity to pass the ball on the inside. Instead, he tried to dribble it out, and Ali Henry loses out, and now he's being spoken to by the referee. So he had the opportunity. You could see the man facing him. Instead, he tried to dribble his way out of the back, and now his team is under some pressure here. And I'm not quite sure what it is Edwards is trying to do, but he has his shin guards in his hand. And the ball is played wide, played So here we have the restart of this one, and quickly into action now is Mucurapo West as they try to pad that lead that they have. That's a lovely turn. Can he get the shot off? Still going, and then eventually runs out of real estate. And one more time coming across there was Edwards to try to clean up, and he might have gotten the worst of that challenge there. And I don't think it was a deliberate challenge. It was inadvertent, and he eventually got touched somewhere, and he went down almost immediately. And it's so unfortunate that he's easily one of their better players, and for him to go down like this now, and I'm not sure if it's cramp, because he's telling them don't move it, because, but where's the medical team? This is what I find so amazing. He's on the field for quite a long time, and nobody there to attend to him. So I'm not sure what the problem is with him, and he might just be winded, it looks like. He got kicked in that part of the anatomy that no man wants to be kicked, and he's in serious pain. But now you're getting the medical attention. So finally they're trying to help him out. And so immediately on the restart we have a stoppage. And Edwards is down. He's down for the count. He's in serious discomfort at the moment. And I think we've all been there. So we know exactly what he's going through. And he's still not able to get back onto his feet. He got up and he goes down again. So it's really bad indeed with him. And the problem is they may have to make the change if he cannot continue. And it just seems as if they're going to have to try to go the rest of the way without him, because he just can't get back onto his feet. And I'm not seeing like a stretch or anything like that he could go on and they could probably help him to get off the field. And left up to him, he'll just lie down there and stay there for another 5-10 minutes or so. It's like every time he tries to turn, he feels the pain. And it's just a little too much for him at the moment. Now let's look and see where he actually got that in. Here's a ball. It played inside. Nice little run going into the heart of the defense there by Newton. And then he goes forward and still battling there. And there is the kick. And but I'm not quite sure where and when he got touched. If it was in just that last clearance there, but if it was that was the point at which he got touched, it meant that his own teammate is the one who inflicted the blow on him. But he's in some serious discomfort, and I know he would probably want to try to continue, but he may just have to get off the field. They may just have to lift him off the field and give him a couple minutes to catch himself. Here it is again. And you look at him, he's now coming in the picture here. He goes past one. He got touched there. And then he went back inside. And then this is it. So I think the injury actually occurred earlier. When that first tackle, when he went across there, he might have been kneed in the groin or something. And that is, well, again, it was all inadvertent. I don't think it was anything deliberate. And it was just unfortunate that the angle that he took saw him end up in the part of the knee of the attacker, Newton. And Newton was trying to get a shot off. And it just worked out that way. And he gets the worst of it. So maybe they will give him a couple of minutes, let him work. But it's a corner kick. Here comes the corner, and immediately it's cleared away. Not very far, and Mucurapo West maintaining possession, trying to maybe fool them, but the ball almost given away just on the half line. And now it's another chance for them to get the ball forward here. Diego Martin Central. Good approach work. Lovely ball. Suleiman still trying to get inside of there and mix it up. And, now they get another opportunity. Here's Newton again, still going and cleared away by Furman, who is really a very aggressive defender. And this time he was able to use his speed to get the ball into touch. A throw-in it is. And it looks as if Matlin is going to take it. Or is he leaving it for someone? Yes, he's leaving it for Henry. The man with the two last names, Ali Henry. And there's a throw-in. Again, it suspiciously looked like a foul throw, but the referee allowing it to continue. Still trying to knife his way inside of there is Glasgow. He's been out of the game for long stretches, Glasgow, the number 9. And I think they would like him to feature a little bit more, because he's certainly one of their better players, especially one of the better attackers. This time the ball is thrown in, and it's just bouncing there, but trying to get in there. Glasgow still battling for it, but the big fella able to clear it away, and they don't get it very far. It could be that's the injury. And now I'm not quite sure what they're appealing for. But it looks like it's going to be a penalty, is it? But yes, it is. A penalty, says the referee. And the players were up in arms. And now it's a golden opportunity now for them to add to their lead. And it looks like is Jazel Newton is the man who is... No, it's not Newton, actually. Who is going to take it? Oh, yes, it is. Is he going to do it? No, it looks as if it is Jack. Kwame Jack is the man who's going to play it. And it's saved, brilliantly saved by the goalkeeper. Jack played it a little too close to him. He played it at a height that he could operate with. And he was able to get across to it and fisted it wide with both hands. He guessed correctly. And he made the save, although he sort of crept off his line a little bit earlier there. But what a fine save it is indeed. But a good save by Theophilus to keep it at 1-0 in the 54th minute of play. So a missed penalty there for the Mucurapo outfit, and they'll have to try again to get that lead, or to pad that lead, as they were hoping for. Then back it goes to the goalkeeper, and he does the smart thing, quickly releases it, and it's back with Henry, who for a moment looked like he might have taken the penalty. Newton looked like he wanted to take it, certainly. And now here is Matlin brought down from behind, and it's going to be a free kick to Mucurapo West. Trying to come back and help out there was Bowen, but he clumsily caught the leg of Matlin, and now very sportingly he is helping him with the cramps, trying to make sure that he is okay. And it's good to see that even in the heat of battle, players understand that it's really just a game, and while they expect you to play hard, they also expect you to play fair. That's Furman, who was helping out there, despite all the troubles that he has had with the speed of Matlin. Here he was the first man there rendering assistance when Matlin went down. So you don't see that too often in sport, but it was good to see that. It could be that they're friends off the field, but whatever it is, it's still good to see them do it like that. And here is Matlin pulling away. Really, they could have just played the ball to Matlin. He was wide. Nobody was there. Here's the header straight at goal. It goes on this occasion. But he really had Matlin running free as a bird. Nobody there to mark him. He opted instead to play it in towards the goal area. Matlin probably could have provided a better cross for him. Now, here they come again. Mills goes past one and then is robbed of it by Andrews for the throw-in to Diego Martin Central. 57 minutes gone. Diego Martin Central desperate for a goal here to equalize. They've scored the only goal in this game so far, unfortunately, was in their own goal. And it goes towards, it's credited towards the other team. So now they have to score one, a legitimate one for themselves now. And it's what a travesty would it be if the game ended 1-0 and that was the only goal scored, an own goal in the game. It has happened before, trust me. Charles sends this one in. The goalkeeper is there, and he was trying to get his teammate away from the play so he could catch it. Here's Matlin trying to run now. He cuts back inside onto his right foot and sends a lovely little ball out there. The ball stays down. This could be another opportunity here. Tackle from behind. And he goes tumbling over his Glasgow, but the referee says play on, no penalty. But he was flirting with danger there because the player stayed down. I'm not sure if the referee's assistant had waved the flag. And you could just see the player saying he don't understand why that wasn't a penalty. But clearly Newton was free on goal. And now it looks like it's an infringement, so it's going the other way anyhow. And Furman hits it upfield, and racing after it is Patillo, but coming across nicely and intercepting is Kwame Jack for Mucurapo West. Maitland trying to come back on defense now, but he'll have to hurry because the big fella Charles is there trying his best for the Diego Martin Central team, and then a rough tackle from behind by Andrews goes unpunished, and the ball it cannot be kept in play because again they had the opportunity to bring the ball out, and it just shows you players not prepared to play the ball like with their weaker foot. That was a left-sided pass, a left-footed pass. All he needed to do was roll the ball up the side of the field with the left foot, and the angle would have kept it in play and allow his teammate to run onto it. But when he hit it with the right foot, it just curled off the field. And and it's really players with balance and confidence in their, in his case, in his left foot. And obviously he didn't have the confidence in it, so he decided to play the ball. He knew what he wanted to do. It's just that it put his own teammate at a disadvantage, and in the end the ball went into touch for a throw-in. But problems for Diego Martin Central. Andrews stays down. Alrighty, Aidan Charles rather stays down and is being attended to. He was clipped from behind, but again the referee just allowed play to continue. She never blew the whistle for the infringement. And here he is paying the price for it and getting the treatment that is required here. So it's still 1-0, one goal, an own goal separating these two teams. And no doubt two evenly matched teams. They have good talent and all over the field. And both teams have speed. But more so with Matlin and as we saw from time to time with Harper, they are two real speedsters. There is Matlin right in front of us. And waiting for the throw-in. It's being left. Bowen is going to leave it for Furman. And Furman plays it down. And then the ball is played, or was it already off the field? Yes, it was. So it stays with Diego Martin Central. Still to come back on the field is Aidan Charles. And you can look at him there in the picture. He's still probably not 100%. And only now is he limping back on. And he seems to be struggling just that little bit. And that means that the big fella, Mills, is probably going to have to do most of the heavy lifting for them. And still coming now, his opposite number, Glasgow, though, is thinking in terms of getting one for his team. They almost give it away, and Glasgow somehow just couldn't control his own speed, and he overran the ball. But they're not finished yet. They're still going. Opportunity here, Newton, and just not able to control that one. The ball just taken away from him again. Furman is there to tidy up. Sitting on the ground, though, is Romain, and so many players are carrying little niggles right now, and you can see him. He too is not 100%. And speaking about not 100%, the entire back line, it looks like, but more particularly Malachi Samuels, who is really looks like he's been through the wars. And easy ball played across, played into touch. It's going to be a throw-in to Diego Martins Central. They really need to get a move on here now. Ball thrown inside. Mills trying to get past his man. He does well. Can he get the shot off? Still going. But then he tries to do a little too much, and the eventual shot comes and it goes wide. But he got into a good position and really didn't even look like if he wanted to pass the ball, but he was denied kicking room. In fact, he was going on his weaker foot, which is his left foot, and as a result, he lost the ball, and the chance went with it. So unofficially, 63 minutes gone, but we've had two lengthy stoppages already in this second half, so we're not quite sure where the referee is in terms of her time. And again, a bit of careless defending there. The ball just allowed to roll over the legs or under the legs of the player, and it's headed back up the road. Newton trying to get control, but he loses out, and there is Charles back on the field, and he really, I think they might have to substitute Charles because he is limping. You can see him just reaching for that leg, and it just doesn't seem to be working for him. I don't think he could run. That's the thing. And football is a running game, so unless he's just saving his energies for when he gets a chance. Now a ball played into space, but Furman is there again. Very reliable defender, not the prettiest defender you'll find, but very reliable, and he understands the principles of playing defense is to follow the ball and to make sure that you deny the opponents, no matter how many of them are going towards the goal. All you need sometimes is one touch, and he did just that to get it away from the danger zone. But they have to defend this throw-in now. Throw taken, headed backwards towards the goal, and it goes behind, so it's going to be a corner kick now for Mucurapo West. And if you look at that throw-in, it's a kind of, I don't know, he threw it off the wrong foot, like a fast bowler who bowls off the back leg, kind of almost like Roland Sampert used to bowl. Here he is running in, and I wasn't quite sure how he was going to throw the ball. But all I know, he just delivered the ball, and it was headed away for a throw-in. It's almost like I was expecting him to make another step and then throw, but he just kept that back leg grounded and just released it. The ball played in, not a good one. Was not able to control it. Here's a shot, blocked, and it's coming the other way. That's good defense. And now it's like a real breakout from jail, and here they come. But it's broken up, and it's coming the other way. Newton again coming out wide, and offside is the call there. Just too far ahead is Glasgow. Once more, you could just see, as a wing player, you have to be able to see where the defense is on the inside of you and not allow yourself to be caught in those offside positions so often. But coming forward now, trying to do his bit is Andrews. Place it over on that far side. I think he miscued that one, And eventually it's one back. Now they have numbers going forward. Speed going down that right-hand side. Can they get the cross in? Cuts inside onto his left foot. Opportunity for a shot. And again it's blocked. So, and I don't think they're hitting it with the kind of power that they need. And this one is a little bit with a little bit more power, but again it's off target, and that is the problem here for Mucurapo West. Whenever they get into positions, they just can't seem to finish the job. They're applying decent pressure now, but they have to now try to figure out, or now have to figure out who is going to finish the plays for them. Just look at some of the supporters there, anxious for a goal. They haven't had much to cheer about all evening long. The Diego Martin Central students, I'm sure they would like to get a goal and cheer on their teammates and their classmates, because that's what school sports and or any extracurricular event at school is all about, to support each other as much as possible. Even those who don't play a sport or involved in the drama group or anything like that, the debate club, once you're doing it for the school, you almost always get good support. A nice little ball down the left-hand side and offsides again, and you just wonder how it is every time they tend to come forward like that, they end up in an offside position. Here he comes again now, Glasgow. Can he get a shot on? Lovely effort though, but it's curling and it just kind of dies and comfortably into the arms of goalkeeper Theophilus. And he wastes no time at all getting it downfield. Lovely ball up, still battling for it. Can they get the cross in? No, they can't, because Andrews is back there. The big fella reads it well, takes it right off the boot of the attacker, and it's going the other way quickly. So another throw-in to Diego Martin Central. Mills running, goes past another one. Can he keep it in? And he overplays it. And did it go out? I think that's what the appeal was. And that the ball, yes, it had gone over the line when Mills was dribbling down that left-hand side. And the one time he got behind the defense, he took it off the field. So it hasn't been Diego Martin Central's day. It's been a bit of a stretch for them. And Zebandu is on. I just saw the number 4 coming on and involved in proceedings here. Henry gets it up, goes for the return ball and doesn't get it, but still doesn't get it because it's given away quickly now. Greenwich guilty on that occasion, but here's Andrews again, the big fella, puts it onto his right foot. He too is falling into the trap of trying to dribble out of defense, and that is always going to be a tall ask. Matlin does well to keep that one in, and here's a good tackle, but the referee says no, and they're remonstrating. Romain not happy at all. In fact, he's going to get the yellow card. In fact, not Romain. I thought Romain was the one who was remonstrating earlier, but it seems as if Mills picked up the yellow card for that. Now Andrews, it looks like he fancies his chances from distance here. Is he going to go home from this distance? The big fella probably feels that he has the technique and the power. The one thing we've seen, a lot of shots have gone over bar from here. So what can he do? Can he change that? Can he get a good shot on target? He doesn't have much of a run-up. And I don't think he wants to place the ball. He wants to drill the ball from here. Let's see what he does. He goes low and hard, but he goes wide, very wide of the target as well. So it all goes to Norths. So it's Diego Central still alive here as they try to, stop the bleeding on the defensive end, but more importantly, get something going at the at the offensive end as well. Ball is back with the goalkeeper Theophilus. He brought off that amazing save to stop the penalty, and now he gets a good ball down. Mills still dribbling on his right foot, has the shot, saved by the goalkeeper, and eventually it's cleared away, not able to get there soon enough, Portillo, and the defenders came to his rescue, but good effort. Mills, look at him, turned back onto his right foot, took a touch, and then took a look, and also fired away. Brilliant save by goalkeeper Clark to keep it out. The rebound could have easily fallen to Portillo, but the defense held and took it away. In fact, the last touch was by Portillo, so it turns out to be a goal kick, says the referee to Mucurapo West. They still lead. They're clinging to this 1-0 lead. An own goal, the difference between the two teams. Ball kept in, and nice bit of work there, quickly done by Diego Martins Central, still battling there, and Mills again showing his skills, but this time he is robbed of it. The ball taken away from him. Suleiman having none of it. So it's all coming down to these dying minutes here now. They really need to get something going, and they need it quickly. And again, the ball is played into touch for another throw-in to Mucurapo West. They just need to sort of kill the game with a second goal, but it's not going to come there. That throw was just up in the air, headed forward quickly by Glasgow, but it's coming the other way. Mills still dribbling, goes past one, trying to go past another, doing well, turns back, being harassed, and loses out. But the ball still with Diego Central. They have numbers coming down on this right-hand side, too slow. And the ball just taken away from him much too easily. However, he's able to just try to win it back and try to get composure going. So Noel is also on. Glasgow places one down the right-hand side, but again, not reading it very well. The ball played back inside, almost sets up goalkeeper Theophilus because he played it in there and there were only red shirts running towards the ball. And luckily, Theophilus read it and was able to clear his lines. But living dangerously there was Diego Martins Central. They need a goal. They don't need a goal scored against them. They need a goal in their favor at the other end. This man has had a good game. Ali Henry taking his time. Of course, he knows that time is on his side. Probably he's going to try and launch another long one. And he does well. The ball is played inside and still trying to push his way off there, battling for it. And the referee gives the free kick to Diego Martins Central. So it's going to be another free kick. We enter the 75th minute, but we anticipate that we'll have quite a bit of added on time because of the stoppages. We had one for the shoulder injury. No, we had one for the groin injury, and then we had one when Charles went down at the other end with his ankle. I think he has since been taken off. Here's the ball played forward, not a good kick, but here they come again, and Matlin is free down the left-hand side. The cross, though, is straight at the goalkeeper, and he comes and he claims it, Theophilus. And now he wants to get things going quickly, which makes sense. Badly played by the defense, but there is that man Andrews again, as solid as a rock. Another ball played forward, Ali Henry, and taken away from him, but it goes into touch for another Mucurapo West throw-in. They lead in by 1-0 and are trying to milk it for as much as it's worth. Another throw-in, ball cleared away again, And he's going to take his time getting this one. And this is a difference really to some schools, because some schools you want to be a ball boy because you want to be involved in the game. Other schools, they don't care too much to do that, but certainly their team would need them here now to keep the ball in play for as much as possible. Ball played across, still coming towards it. Glasgow plays it to the far side. The shot comes, and almost out of nothing, he snatched at it. But again, it's off target, and they haven't really been able to hit the ball on target. And the one good ball they hit on target, the goalkeeper saved it, which was the penalty. So it's been a day when they really misfired in front of goal, Mucurapo West, but they're leading, and they'll take it no matter what. 77 minutes gone, and they have a corner kick, but they also have a player down injured. And this has been a real challenge for some of these players. Newton, who's had a good game, but he's down on the ground now, obviously in some discomfort. And you can see walking away in the distance there, and still battling, trying, hoping for all the best, Romain. And it's really about cramps, because most of the players are going down with cramps. So that is the nature of early season football, where players, their bodies are now adjusting to the demands of the game, also to the demands of the ground, the surfaces on which they're playing. And it's a bit of a challenge all the time for them. So another substitution is going to be made by Diego Martin Central. They really need to throw everything at Mucurapo West. And the coach taking the opportunity to pass on some information. And I think really what he should be telling them is basically play two-touch football. Collect the ball, pass it. Collect it, pass it. Keep it out to the flanks of the field, and protect the middle of the field, because that's where the goals are going to come. And try your best to keep the ball out to the extremities of the field as much as possible, and not allow them too many opportunities to get counter-attacks at you. So it's going to be a restart here. We have more substitutions being made. We'll try to recognize them for you as soon as possible. And Brewster is also on as well. So here is the corner kick, comes inside, ball is flicked on, another header trying to come at goal, cleared away, and another kick, not a particularly good one. The ball is still bouncing around in there, and now they're going to get it forward, still trying to get after it and hoping to get the handle on it quickly. But it still remains up at this end as Terrell Laurie is on for Mucurapo West, the number 10. So he will, in fact, he's leaving it. So somebody else is going to have to kick it, and all of this is running time. And it looks as if, yes, it looks like Henry is going to take it. Ali Henry, he's taking his own sweet time. He has to be careful. The referee may, in fact, be frowning at this lengthy delay before this throw can be taken. Here it comes, thrown in, and they're still trying to get possession of it. Turns nicely, but the ball again is intercepted and then eventually cleared away. A two-man job there, one to stop it and the other one to clear it out, get it out of harm's way. They're still going with it. Andrews going forward again there, but this time he's out of position, but luckily for him, the ball is still with Western Mucurapo. Players battling away, and now the ball still runs over on that far side. Newton is there, Can he get it inside? He does get the ball. Can they get the cross in? Greenwich keeping possession and just kind of toying with the defense. And they still have possession of the ball. And now it comes all the way over here to Ali. He plays it back inside a little bit carelessly, but they maintain possession of it. Glasgow now plays it forward, trying to get a shot off, and then just almost tips the ball, and it goes wide of the mark yet again. So we're into the dying stages of this game, but it's still the one goal separating these two teams. Diego Martin Central praying for an equalizer, and Mucurapo West, they too are hoping that they don't get that, but more importantly, they're hoping that they could probably tack on another one, and they've had opportunities, they just haven't been able to finish them. Here they get another chance coming forward again. Plays a lovely little ball down, but again it's an errant ball. It falls all the way now. Good opportunity over on that far side, but good defensive work and recognizing the danger and keeping it. Portillo now, he is going forward. He's looking for something, and he's only going to get it now by way of Noel, the substitute. And Noel almost, rather it is Andrews who went down. I think he just got his knee knocked there, almost like two knees hitting, and Andrews went down. I wonder if he stays down. All the same, the referee allowing play to continue as the ball is played out on the far side. Still in play and staying down, it looks like Ali, or he was tying his laces, but he's back on his feet now, and he has a challenge in the back. Mills really getting all kind of attention. There are 3 red shirts around him, and he's still there trying his bit over on that far side there for his team. Diego Central will need him to probably produce a little piece of magic and try to see if he could prise open the defense. Still another player stays down, and this is the man, Samuels. He went down with his shoulder. He seemed to damage his leg, and that was in the first half. But here we are in the dying stages of the second half, and he's still battling out there for his team. Another free kick, this time to Diego Central. So Mills, the big fella, is causing all kind of mayhem, and they've now won themselves a free kick. So this could be an interesting one here for them. And who is it going to take it? It looks like Noel. He is trying to size it up as best as possible. Let's see if he can really get it on target. Here's the ball played inside, trying to get in there, and the ball trickles through a crowd of players, and it goes behind it, so it's going to be a goal kick. Well, that one was just floating there. Anybody could have touched it, and it might have gone in. Defender, attacker, anyone, but nobody got a touch on the ball. Or if they did, it wasn't a good enough touch. Here is the ball floated in. That's a good ball by Noel. And running in there, I thought for a moment that it was deflected, but it stayed out. It didn't go where they wanted it to. Zebando was the man closest, but he couldn't finish the job. Another ball trying to play it out here to his Zebando, trying to run with the ball. That's not advised on this surface. But here we go again, and Maslin doing well, plays the ball over on that far side, but almost to the opponents, and now his teammate has to try to help him out as they bring the ball forward. Lovely ball played across, but again a little bit late in getting there was Matlin. In fact, he didn't seem too interested in that ball coming across there, but that was a decent ball played right across the face of the goal, and almost resulted in something good. Christopher Nicholas was the one who provided the cross, and here is Ali Henry again taking his time, almost going through a forest there to retrieve the ball. And Furman also trying to see if he could retrieve the ball, but now they have a substitute ball. Ball played on there, the throw taken quickly and kept back here. Ali, can he get the cross in? It's blocked yet again. And not for the first time we've seen all of those attempted clearances being blocked. Lovely ball, Matlin. Can he run at his man? He's going, trying to turn, and then he runs out of traffic there, runs into problems. He does well. He gets the ball. He wins the ball. He's still going. Can he finish the job? Gets the ball across the goal. It's a little bit behind who he intended it for, and as a result, it goes to North. But that was a good, positive run from him. In fact, he had to ride a couple tackles in order to get it and to get that far. And then he did, and now offside is the call. Just sneaking offside there was Newton, and it stays as Diego Martins Central's ball. But look who's down there again, Samuels. I'm not sure what part of his body is hurting now, but it just seems as if all over is hurting him. Now it's the right leg that is hurting him. He already had the left leg hurting him. The shoulder was hurting him. Now the right leg is hurting him. But he's still out there putting in effort. It's good to see. He can make my team every day when you put in that kind of work. And even if you don't win. But it's just the effort that he's putting in is what I admire in players like that. Remind me of another young man named Friday that I used to see playing. Was similar, here, there, and everywhere, always following the ball and right there to put in the tackles or to win tackles for his team whenever they needed him. Had his pocket picked there, and Portillo trying to come forward. He too runs into a little bit of traffic, plays a nice little ball down the right hand side, but again Andrews, like a wall, is back there. And bringing it out. Matlin still going. And eventually the ball is played away. Can he keep it in? And yes, he can. But he's, again, charging forward, looking for this goal. And trying to go past his man. Plays a nice little ball inside. And it's there. Will they get the shot off? It takes a deflection. And it stays in play. Or does it? No, it eventually goes out of touch. So again, Mucurapo West trying to finish up strong here now. We're playing in the final minute of regulation time, but we might have about 5 minutes of added on time, if not more, because we've had that much time lost because of the stoppages. What will it be now? The ball played short, and eventually it's played back defensively. And trying to come back now, the referee allows play to continue. Andrews plays a nice little ball forward. The flag comes up and he's offside again. So every time Mucurapo gets the ball behind the defense, one of their front runners somehow creeps into an offside position and frustrates the effort. Now they're coming forward again. Ali, Henry. He wins it back and still trying to get something going there. They're trying to send Metlin again, and he is telling them, hold it up, because he's been running so much that it's going to take an awful lot for him to get to some of these balls. Now they have possession again. Here's Henry once more, but that's 2 straight. The goalkeeper, Theophilus, is going to come and claim it, and immediately he hammers it upfield. As we enter added on time here now, the question is how many minutes of added on time that the referee is going to permit. But Mucurapo West trying to run some clock here now. Here they come quickly. The ball played forward, but it's intercepted. And still they're trying to get it out on this left-hand side here for Maitland. And they just can't seem to find him. The referee's allowing an awful lot of contact to take place, but it's still going, and the ball is still in play. The referee's assistant never raised the flag, and here comes the goalkeeper now, and he eventually falls on the ball and denies Diego Martins Central an opportunity at goal. So we're in the 2nd minute of time added on. And what will it be here now? Is it going to be a free kick? The referee says the goalkeeper was out of the area. So, drama at the end here now. a free kick just at the edge of the area, and the goalkeeper went sliding out, and then he just picked himself up and bowled the ball out. He didn't seem to think that he was out of the area, but the referee says otherwise, and now it's a free kick to Diego Martin Central. Could this be the moment that they pull the equalizer and break the hearts of Mucurapo West? We're playing in the 3rd minute of added on time. We anticipate that we'll have another 2.5 minutes or so, if not another 3 minutes, but it's up to the referee. Now she has her hand up, so it tells you. Here's a shot taken low, but again it's blocked by the defense, and it's going to be a goal kick to Mucurapo West, or is it? Still not sure. Actually, no, it's a corner, says the referee. So it's going to be a corner, and they're trying to pull Mills away to get him focused again. So now, can they get this into the danger zone? The referee is fairly far now. Even the goalkeeper has gone up. Theophilus has gone up for this one as well. So he has to get the ball in the box. It's not a very well taken kick, but it may have just run for them, and they seem to get the ball away, and now a chance to run with it. But again, running with the ball could be very dangerous on this surface. Running into traffic, running away from his teammates, but they keep possession. Mucurapo West doing the smart thing, trying to keep the ball for as long as possible, and now they lose out, and the ball is coming the other way quickly. Can he keep it in? I don't think he's able to do that, or yes, he does, but it's still with Mucurapo West, and that is the free kick. Andrews is going to take it. Andrews is hurrying, but his teammates is telling him no, and now they play the ball all the way back to the goalkeeper, and it's his responsibility to clear the lines, and he just plays it into touch, and it trickles out there, and that is it. That's the final whistle. With just about 4.5 minutes of added on time, it ends 1-0. Mucurapo West over Diego Martin Central. A really pulsating game. It had a little bit of everything, and at the end of the day, an own goal is what separates the teams at the end of 90 plus another 4 minutes or so. A 20th minute own goal by Shaquan Romain unfortunately ended up in the back of his own net, and that gave Mucurapo the lead, and then a penalty save by Theophilus denied them a second goal, and in the end Diego Martin Central couldn't conjure up an equalizer, and it ends 1-0 in favor of Mucurapo West.